Hi, my name is Lashley Pulsipher, and I'm an executive coach and a former global executive who's worked in several countries around the world. I'm originally from Colorado in the United States, and I'm here to talk to you today about cultivating a global mindset. And I'd like to use a classic work by Master Sun Tzu, who wrote The Art of War. The Art of War is a book that stood the test of time. It's been around for centuries. Military leaders and business leaders alike have taken lessons from it. And it's a really relevant book towards people who are pursuing a goal. And if your goal is to cultivate a more global mindset, I think there are 3 lessons that we can take from the chapter on the 9 situations. Describe different scenarios that you encounter as you fight the battle for a new goal or a new market or entering a global organization. So today I want to focus on the first 3. The first situation is scattered ground. Master Sun says, when a chieftain is fighting in his or her own territory, it is scattered ground. Avoid battling too close to home is what he's saying, because soldiers that are at war, that are too close to home, are weak because they're tempted to just go back home and see friends and family. So the pursuit of something new, that could be a position in a new country or a bigger promotion to manage a global team. When you're cultivating a global perspective or joining a global company, it requires you to enter into uncharted territory. You may move to a new country. You may be managing people who speak different languages. And so being comfortable with stepping outside of your comfort zone and stretching yourself a little bit more is going to make you successful. It also removes the temptation of just staying in your comfort zone, staying with your same friends, your same way of thinking and doing things, and not really reaching for that next level of success. The second situation that Master Sun describes is called facile ground or light ground. If the army has penetrated into hostile territory, but not very far in, this is called light ground. And later in the book, Master Sun explains the light ground means that you have just barely entered into your opponent's territory and you haven't really established yourself. So the host country could easily kick you out. Now, establishing yourself in a new country or a new company requires setting up quickly, getting familiar with the culture, the language, and creating a network right away. I've worked in several countries and had very common experiences with colleagues, mostly Westerners, who found comfort in drinking beers after work at the diplomatic club and complaining ad nauseum about the annoyances of the local culture. Meanwhile, I was out attending weddings, reading local authors, eating the food, and learning the dances. And in the long run, I was much more successful than my colleagues in terms of really getting a sense for the local culture, building a strong network, and getting allies in the companies that I worked in because I took the time to show them who I was by showing up to the weddings, the parties, the dinners, and also showing them that I cared about who they were by learning the dances, learning the customs. I love following the meme accounts. I like knowing the slang. I like knowing the latest celebrity gossip, and it made a big difference in terms of my ability to build stronger bonds with my colleagues. And the third situation in the chapter is contentious ground. And Master Sun describes this as ground which holds great advantage to either side is contentious ground. So think about entering a new market or a global market. Going right up against the competition in the most profitable or popular area is going to be tough from the get-go. But if you think about finding those unexpected markets or an underperforming market, maybe an underserved sector, you're going to have a lot more success. From a business standpoint, think about Walmart. Walmart didn't open its first stores in Beverly Hills or Madison Avenue in New York. Walmart went into less desirable locations in the suburbs and quickly became one of America's most successful companies. So looking for those markets that are underserved or not as popular is a great way for a company to go into a new market. Another way this could be interpreted is starting off in a new company in a new country, looking for projects that might have been abandoned or overlooked, that aren't as flashy and impressive for the bosses, that you can take on and prove yourself to the rest of the team, prove your value, and hopefully build a good foundation for future projects coming your way. So think about these three situations from the art of war and how you can apply those to your own pursuit of a global mindset.